And still on the rise today, the Maryland Department of Health releasing a new report breaking down the number of fatal drug and alcohol overdoses in the state.
And while the trend shows a decline in some areas, there is a clear increase in opioid-related deaths.
WJZ is live. George Solis breaks down the numbers for us. George.
Well, that's right. According to state data, death from drugs like heroin and cocaine are down from year to year. Unfortunately, that's not the case for opioids like fentanyl.
The opioid epidemic is far from over in Maryland. Tuesday, the Department of Health releasing preliminary numbers saying that from January to September of 2018, there was a 10% increase in opioid-related deaths compared to the same time in 2017. Health officials say the spike largely attributed to synthetic opioids like fentanyl. Fentanyl-related deaths seeing a dramatic spike year to year, from 17 in 2008 to nearly 1,500 in 2018.
The crisis continues unabated, I'm afraid, based on the third quarter numbers.
The National Safety Council also finding Americans are now more likely to die from an opioid drug overdose than a car crash. While the increase is concerning, the executive director of the state's Opioid Operational Command Center says we may be seeing the worst of it right now.
We are hoping that we're starting to see a plateau in the number of fatalities. But even more encouragingly, we've seen declines in fatalities related to heroin and a significant decrease in the number of prescription opiates being prescribed by physicians around the state.
Statewide systems are being implemented to end the opioid crisis. Programs now being geared in enforcement, treatment, and education, even in grade school.
So they're prepared when they get in those situations for peer pressure from family that may be using drugs to be able to say no and have the coping skills to deal with the peer pressure.
Now, health officials say another large concern is the amount of opioid-laced drugs they are also seeing, which includes cocaine and marijuana. Live tonight, George Solis reporting for WJZ.